This is the AI News Flash for July 29th, 9 a.m. UTC. First up, Anthropic says its AI model, Claude Mythos Preview, has discovered previously unknown weaknesses in several cryptographic algorithms. The most significant result targets Haka, a candidate for post-quantum digital signatures. Claude identified a previously unknown mathematical symmetry inside Haka's lattice structure, effectively halving its security margin. The analysis took roughly 60 hours. For AES, Claude worked on a deliberately reduced 7-round research version and developed a fingerprinting technique called the Mobius bridge, which accelerated attacks by 200 to 800 times over prior methods. Similar results were achieved against reduced round versions of the lightweight cipher LEA and Serpent 128, with smaller improvements under investigation for Salsa 20, the Poseidon hash function, and SHA-1. The work ran on a cryptanalysis benchmark built jointly with ETH Zurich, Tel Aviv University, and the University of Haifa. Anthropic was explicit that the findings do not threaten encryption systems in use today. HAWK has not been standardized, and the AES results apply only to intentionally weakened research versions. The company frames the work as strengthening the process of evaluating cryptographic designs before they are widely adopted, and it marks a notable case of AI assisting human researchers at the mathematical frontier of cryptanalysis. Next, more than 1,100 employees at OpenAI, Anthropic, Meta, and Google have signed an open letter asking the U.S. government to help deliberately slow the pace of AI development. The initiative is called Pacing the Frontier, and it was published on Tuesday with 1,171 signatures. The central demand is that Washington support an international effort to build the technical and governance instruments needed to deliberately pace the frontier of automated AI development. Signatories include Anthropic Chief Executive Dario Amodei and several of the company's co-founders, Meta's Vice President of AI Research, the AI researcher Dawn Song, and OpenAI Chief Scientist Jakub Pachaki. The nonprofits Guidelight AI Standards and Encode AI are backing the effort, and both Anthropic and OpenAI have officially endorsed it, though OpenAI's Sam Altman is reported to be more reserved. The letter warns that there is a real risk that capability development rapidly accelerates beyond our ability to understand or control the resulting systems. The result is a striking picture, with the people building these systems asking government to construct the brakes. Third, Japanese chip test equipment maker Advantest reported first-quarter results today and sharply raised its full-year forecast. First-quarter revenue reached 367.5 billion yen, up 39.3% year-on-year. Operating profit was 190 billion yen, up 53.3%, and quarterly profit came in at 174.8 billion yen, up 93.8%. Every profit line set a new quarterly record. The company lifted its full-year revenue forecast from 1.42 trillion yen to 1.714 trillion yen, and operating profit from 627.5 billion yen to 846 billion yen. That implies year-on-year growth of 52% in revenue and 70% in operating profit, driven by demand for the system-on-chip testers used to validate AI semiconductors. The timing is notable. Asian chip stocks fell broadly on the same day as the sell-off triggered by SK Hynix's disappointing results continued. Yet further down the supply chain, at the test equipment layer, actual orders are running at record highs, highlighting the growing gap between share prices and underlying demand. Fourth, freelance marketplace. Fiverr slashed its full-year outlook, citing AI disruption, and its shares fell 20% in pre-market trading. Second quarter revenue was $97.8 million, down 10% year-on-year and short of the $99.8 million consensus. Core marketplace revenue fell 15.5% to $63.1 million, and annual active buyers dropped 21.9% to 2.7 million. The full-year guidance was cut to a range of $356 to $372 million, a decline of 14 to 17%, against a prior analyst expectation of $402.1 million. Third quarter guidance is even weaker, at $80 to $88 million, implying a decline of 18 to 26%. Chief Executive Mika Kaufman said the second quarter results reflect a market that is changing faster than expected, driven by rapid AI adoption. The company points specifically to generative AI replacing demand for lower complexity digital services, including basic copywriting, simple graphic design, and entry-level programming. The stock is now down more than 40% year to date. And finally, Chinese AI company Moonshot AI has closed a $3.5 billion funding round, reaching a valuation of $35 billion. The Beijing-based startup had originally targeted between $1 and $2 billion, but demand pushed the round far past that goal. The driver was Kimi K3, the large model it released on July 17th.
Kimi K3 is a 2.8 trillion parameter open-weight mixture of experts model that reportedly runs at roughly 1% of the price of comparable U.S. frontier models. That price-performance ratio spilled over into equity markets and became a factor in the recent turbulence in American chip stocks.
Moonshot is already approaching backers for a further round, this time at a pre-money valuation of $50 billion. It is positioned as the company's final private raise ahead of an initial public offering in Hong Kong, which could come as soon as this year. That's all for this AI News Flash.